जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भव तुमे। Honorable Chairman Sir, Shri Niranjan Ji Mishra, Honorable my friend Shridhar Mahapatra Ji, Honorable H. Padmanabhan Ji, Honorable Shri N.K. Singh Ji, Honorable P.R. Iyer Sahib, Honorable Nishant Kumar Singh Ji, in the eminence and the excellence of India, it's an immense pleasure for me to be a part of this inauguration of the Coast Excellence, a sustainable, for which you are going to formulate a strategy as far as sustainable business is concerned, you see. Well, as far as the theme is concerned, you see, while listening to Patraji Sridhar, I get an inclination that cost excellence, a sustainable business strategy can be only that costing should not cost oneself of oneself. I repeat, costing should not cost oneself of oneself. That is what he stated, you see, as far as Ramayana was concerned, of course, no doubt, you see. In your 3 days deliberations and musings, you see, well, I call you all people, you see, the laboratories of democracy, you see. And these laboratories of democracy, which is a part of India over here sitting before me, well, let the laboratories of democracies rise from every corner of India to formulate a strategy how the business can be sustained, you say. And these will give us the financial measures of excellent action, you see. Government should form a stable and competent team motivated by an efficient, effective and easy infrastructure, but that too should be supported by the financial managers, the wealth managers outside the government, you see. That is most desirable, you see. But even that, as far as my observation goes, it is not enough, you see. It is not adequate also, inappropriate is this. Because we are talking of inputs, outputs, and think of solving all the ailments which are inflicting our socio-economic fabric, etc., you see. And we think that with these three things, the government and the intelligentsia, you can say, intellect, you can say, potentiality, you can say, outside the government, these together will be able to solve all the ailments, you see. We are, of course, you see, visualizing and witnessing every day what is the input and what is the output, you see. For the last 300 years, we have been fighting 5,000 wars, you see. The people of the world say that war is eternal. That is what Mao says, you see. And I was learning in my student days, you see, if you want peace, be prepared for war, you see. Today also they are just saying, either war or be prepared for war. And Socrates say that only the dead have known the end of war, you see. So where we stand, what is lacking, you see, what is the problem, you see. J. Krishnamurti says, all outward forms of change brought about by wars, revolutions and ideologies, and say the enterprises of freedom, communism or democracy, even you can say the religion and the education itself, have not been able to change the basic instinct in man. That is there, you see, you are witnessing Ukraine and that Sri Lanka, Russia, etc., you see. The whole world has been divided into two blocks. 93 on one side, 82 on one side. Only Bharat, living goddess, that stands aloof, you see, from all these blocks, you see. What is that, you see, which will compel, which will force? So people generally ask, can this world, based on complaints, comparison, competitions, cunningness, cleverness, film corporate, can this world, based on brutality, fear it, can ever come to an end? Well, J. Krishnamurti says, well, this is possible if and only if each of us is accountable. चेतना युक्त व्यवहार चाहिए, चेतना युक्त चाकर बनना पड़ेगा। सीए का मतलब भी कॉन्शियस अटेंडेंट है, अकाउंटेंट भी कह सकते हैं। सो व्हाट इज नीडेड, व्हाट इज द नीड ऑफ टुडे? यू सी, वी नीड ए कॉन्शियस प्लेट, ए new ethics, a new humanism, you see. That is for the 3 days deliberations, if you can think upon, and if you have got the time, you see. I was reading sometime a Shakespeare's drama, you see. Friendship is constant in all other things except in the affairs of love and business, you see. Well, I hardly can understand this couplet, you see. I cannot understand the meaning of constant. I can't understand the meaning of love which he expresses. See, love is that, what that denies oneself of oneself. Only that human being can talk of love who doesn't belong to himself but to Lord Prabhu Jagannatha. He can only talk of love, you see. That is what Sadguru Jagi Vasudev says. Love. So if in the 3 days deliberation, while you are having a cup of tea or your lunch, etc., breakfast, etc., then you decide, you think upon what is constant with you in this tiny speck of cosmos. What is friendship that lasts longer, you see, even if you are not there, even then that friendship is there. And similarly, that love should be there, constant, you see. That three words we shall have to define, you see. The people have got no answer when the question is asked, where are you? आप कहाँ हैं? किधर हैं? You will agree with me that man has forgotten why he has come and whence. He has forgotten his greatness and his aim. You see, his heart has become dumb almost, you see. Well, that is we are witnessing today, you see, not today. We have been witnessing for the last 3,000 years, you see. That is what is happening. कौन ठीक करेगा? Well, as far as GST is concerned, as far as G is concerned, I am happy with good generation, generating goodness, that's good. But as far as S is concerned, I am again very happy that it is sustaining and service. But as far as T is concerned, there I beg to differ, you see, it is transcendental, it is not taxing, you see. Well, transcendental is nothing else but, you see, it is transcendental anxiety, it is empathy, it is emotional sensitivity, it is devotion to the divine, it is obedience to his will, it is fidelity for his work, you see. That is what Bhagavat says. That is what the spiritual teachers and all the philosophers of the world have been repeatedly saying like this, you see. We are here on this earth, you see. Whatever you aim at is, we want to raise the world to God in deathless light. That is what Maharshi Aurobindo says, you see. I again repeat, we want to raise this world to God in deathless light. We want to bring God down to the world on earth we came. We want to transform this life, earth is the life divine. We are of the opinion, that is what Sri Aurobindo says, that imperfect is the joy not shared by all. And you have got no right to consume happiness unless you produce happiness. If you want sustainability, you see, you shall have to sow seeds of sustainability, you see. What is sustainability? What is accountability after all? That is awake and collaborate. That is abstain and sustain. You cannot have sustenance without abstinence, you see. Without merging your human consciousness into the cosmic consciousness, the fate is going to be the same. Collecting stockpile of nuclear weapons, you see. We are on the move to, of course, on a course path for hot earth climate, warming to humanity, devastation, degradation, dehumanization, denaturalization. That is what is happening, you see, in the whole of the world. That is the spectacle, that is the scenario of this world, you see. And the only force that can help mitigate it, eliminate it, eradicate it, uproot it, well, that is nothing else but we shall have to think of. भागवत में बोलते हैं गोपी गीत में, चलसियत ब्रजात चार्यन पशु नलिन सुंदरम नाथ ते पदम शिल त्रंकुल सीदति इति न कलिलताम मनाकांत गच्छति. Even if, you see, the whole wealth of the world cannot produce even a single rose. You put inputs, whatever you like, you say. The whole wealth of the world you can put in. But you won't be able to produce even a single flower, you see. Therefore, as far as your august presence is concerned over here, coming to Odisha, it is Lord Prabhu Jagannatha's Pradesh. समाल बैकुंठ लोक है ये, यहाँ पर सब आप आए हैं. So the 101% dedication, absolute surrender, only thinking of Him, because I exist through Him, I exist for Him, I exist in the service of Him, and I exist only by becoming the divine, because I am through the divine, for the divine, and in the service of divine. Whatever you put in, you see, may any product, anything, whatever you like, you see, you will be discussing, you see, it is whether cost push, demand pull, liquidity, abundance of liquidity, free market process, MRCF, PSU, CPI, WPI, all these things you will be discussing in your deliberations, of course, no doubt, you see. But the government should also be take you into confidence, because you are basically the laboratories of democracies in this country, you see. And not only in this country, whatever you are going to decide, that will affect the whole of the world, you see, because the world is nothing else but a globe. Today also, the whole of the world is coming to you to salute you. They are not coming to salute to Narendra Bhai Damodar Modi, the Prime Minister of India. They are virtually coming to you to salute you. What is he without you, is he? So as far as the Prime Minister is concerned, he is very right, you see, when he says, let us move into the world with a flower pot in our hands, emitting fragrance to the dove, the dragons, the dinosaurs and the Draculas, the believers and the non-believers. What evolution means, you see? Evolution means samanata, pramanikta, that is accountability, and that is swatantrata. But as far as samanata is concerned, you cannot bring out samanata, you see. Every country has its own music, you see. They have got their own cultural affinities also, entities also. We can complement, supplement to each of the nations with each other. Of course, respecting their cultural entities. But Chetana Yukta Chakar, conscientious worker, conscientious attendant, वह प्राणों का संचार कर सकता है. किया ना 1893 में, just simple word, sisters and brothers of America, and the whole house was resounded with cheers for a few minutes, you see. What did he speak, you see? He speaks, mam vartaman anuvartante manushya par sarvaja. You adopt anyway, you come by anyway, you see. It comes to me in all respects. Well, that is the thought That is the thought, our industry, our production, make in India, startup India, mudra banking, so many things are there, see. India is today rising, you say, incredible India, Swarnim Bharat. Swarnim Bharat simply means a transcendental Bharat. Brahmavid. We know the science of God. We are situated in transcendence. We are not bewildered, you see. कांटे और फूल साथ साथ रहते हैं. अमृता प्रीतम कहती है फूल के पास जाइए, कांटे भी फूल बन जाते हैं. As far as we people are concerned, we are there, you see, to embrace all sorts of anguishes and sufferings and agonies, fever and frets of the world, you see. And see the miracle of it. These will change into a lasting, everlasting peace, you see. That is what is happening. That is what your story is. If I ask, and if you consider yourself and sit in a pensive mood upon your couch, you see, you will have so many reflections, you see, and your heart will dance sometimes with the daffodils and sometimes with the thorns. That is what Bharat is, that is what India is. And that is what the Honorable Prime Minister of India is trying in next level, fine tech, gift city. The driver is you. The driver is neither the finance nor the technology. टेक्नोलॉजी ने तो जीवन के काव्य पर क्रूरतम प्रहार किया है, कर रहा है. लेकिन वी आर नॉट अगेंस्ट टेक्नोलॉजी. यत्र योगेश्वरः कृष्ण यत्र पार्थ धनुर्धरा. अर्जुन के पास कौन सा टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं था साहब? पशुपतिनाथ यूनिवर्सिटी से टेक्नोलॉजी था, द्रोणाचार्य यूनिवर्सिटी से था, देवेंद्र यूनिवर्सिटी से था, कामाख्या देवी से था. But he is bewildered, confused, not to do, what to do, what not to do. Hamlet-wise he was, you see. And therefore he speaks to Lord Krishna, Prabhu Jagannatha, मेरी उंगली पकड़ कर बताइए, what is to be done, what is not to be done. The only thing to be done is, in your deliberations, if possible, and you can, if you can give some time to think over this, I'll conclude like this. For an individual to bloom into eternal states of freedom, a culture of ceaseless love and devotion, unconcerned with the material outcome, we are swallowed by the nescience of material existence. Whatever the world, it is a passionate world, you see. Ragi karma phal pepsu labdho hinsatmako hashuchi. It's a world full of cunningness, cleverness, greedy, avarice, violence, and film corporate is exactly the answer for that. Not speaking much, I was here to learn something from you. I am very fortunate that I have become a part of this inauguration in this evening today. My salutations to you all, please. Vande Utkal Janni Bharat Mata ki Jai.